Welcome to this exclusive extended feature of our sports deep dive, capturing a monumental milestone that has permanently reshaped the trajectory of Philippine tennis. This is far more than a typical sports update. It is a historic breakthrough triggering an outpouring of immense pride, astonishment, and celebration across the Philippines as Alexandra Eala continues her spectacular ascension on the global stage. Hailing from Quezon City, the 21-year-old tennis phenom has officially surged to world number 35 in the WTA rankings an extraordinary milestone that once seemed completely unattainable for a nation primarily defined by its devotion to basketball and boxing. Consider the sheer magnitude of this achievement. Out of millions of players worldwide and thousands of elite professionals grinding weekly on the grueling WTA tour, a young Filipina now commands a spot among the absolute best athletes on earth. Making this meteoric rise even more astounding are recent updates confirming that her exceptional on-court success, tournament prize money, lucrative endorsements, and expanding commercial footprint have propelled her total earnings to an incredible 35 million pesos. This transcending milestone has evolved from a mere sports headline into an inspiring national movement fueled by raw talent, deep sacrifice, rigorous discipline, and an indomitable fighting spirit. Alexandra Eala's narrative is not just about ranking statistics or financial metrics. It represents years of unwavering dedication, cross-continental travel, surviving punishing tournaments on both clay and hard courts, and asserting herself against the most formidable competitors in professional tennis. Navigating the brutal reality of the WTA ranking system underscores just how remarkable reaching world number 35 truly is, given that players must constantly defend points, manage physical injuries, and withstand the immense psychological pressure inherent to one of the world's most unforgiving individual sports, where a brief slump can erase months of hard work. Reaching this elite echelon means that Alex is no longer perceived as a fleeting surprise or a promising underdog. She has firmly secured her status among the upper tier of women's tennis through remarkable consistency, mental fortitude, and exceptional performances on the sport's grandest stages, having battled deep into prestigious tournaments, pushed top-tier stars to their limits, and earned the universal respect of the global tennis community. Furthermore, her skyrocketing financial success is deeply significant because professional tennis demands exorbitant investments, where international travel, elite coaching, physical therapy, and intensive training camps can financially exhaust rising athletes before they ever get a chance to break through. Consequently, Alexandra Eala's mounting wealth serves as powerful validation of her tennis genius, global marketability, and undeniable star power, as evidenced by her rapidly multiplying sponsorships and her prestigious inclusion in the Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia list, alongside the continent's most brilliant young trailblazers. What we are observing today is the genesis of a legendary Philippine sports icon who is motivating an entire generation to break past conventional boundaries, causing elite brands to eagerly align with her, because she embodies one of the most compelling narratives in contemporary sports, a young Filipina dominating a global arena historically dominated by Western traditional powerhouses through sheer willpower, discipline, and uncompromising ambition. This ascent to the world top 35 marks a monumental paradigm shift for tennis in the Philippines. Only a few years ago, Alex was grinding away on the relentless ITF circuit, scrap fighting for meager ranking points and minimal prize money in obscure events unnoticed by casual spectators. Today, the landscape is entirely transformed, as she earns direct entry into the main draws of the Australian Open, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the US Open, entirely bypassing the grueling, exhausting qualification rounds that wear down lower-ranked competitors. Now holding seated positions in standard WTA tournaments, the entire locker room dynamic has shifted, meaning opponents no longer view her as an overlooked challenger trying to prove her worth, but rather as an established, dangerous threat whom they must thoroughly scout, prepare for, and fear. This begs the ultimate question: how did a nation without a deeply rooted history of producing Grand Slam singles champions suddenly cultivate an athlete capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with the world's elite? The secret lies in a meticulous blueprint centered on strategic growth, immense personal sacrifice, unyielding discipline, and a total refusal to settle for mediocrity. Alexandra Eala's ascent was never a product of chance. It was deliberately engineered step by step, beginning with her upbringing in a family that intimately understood the demands of elite athletics, raised by a mother who was a former national swimmer and an uncle who became a prominent sports broadcaster in the Philippines, immersing her in an environment of excellence and preparation from day one. Recognizing talent, however, is merely the opening chapter. Cultivating it to a world-class standard demanded one of the most audacious decisions of her youth: leaving the comfort of the Philippines to relocate to Majorca, Spain, to train at the prestigious Rafa Nadal Academy ***. This was far more than a routine training stint. The academy runs one of the most rigorous, high-performance development systems in modern tennis, designed specifically to forge mentally bulletproof, physically superior, and tactically flawless athletes capable of enduring the harsh demands of the professional tour. By moving to Europe, Alex traded the familiarity of home for a punishing daily regimen centered on intense physical conditioning, advanced tactical drills, psychological resilience, and continuous competitive match play. Immersing herself in the competitive ethos established by Rafael Nadal himself thoroughly revolutionized her playing style under the guidance of the Spanish system, where she mastered the art of patience on clay, developed a heavy, penetrating topspin perfected point construction, and built the extraordinary physical stamina required to survive grueling rallies. This European training environment completely rewired her tennis DNA, contrasting sharply with the fast, flat hardcourt styles common in the Philippines, providing her with the defensive fortitude to stay anchored during lengthy baseline wars while simultaneously sharpening the aggressive instincts needed to dictate and finish points when openings emerged. Her junior career served as an early warning shot to the tennis world that a special talent was rising, culminating in her historic triumph at the U.S. Open Junior Singles title ***, making her the first Filipina ever to claim a Junior Grand Slam singles crown, a victory that was far more than just a trophy, acting as a definitive statement that Philippine tennis had arrived globally. She sustained this momentum by winning a Junior Grand Slam doubles title at Roland Garros, demonstrating that her multifaceted skill set could adapt seamlessly to different court surfaces, formats, and high-pressure settings. Yet every astute tennis follower understands the harsh truth that junior accolades guarantee nothing on the senior tour, which is littered with former junior prodigies who fail to navigate the ruthless transition to the professional level where players are fully matured, errors are punished instantly, and veterans fight fiercely not just for trophies, but for their livelihoods, ranking points, sponsorships, and career legacies. Alexandra's initial transition to the pro ranks was undeniably challenging, marked by tough early losses in lower-tier ITF events and difficult lessons against seasoned professionals whose physical power eclipsed her own. However, this adversity catalyzed her evolution. Rather than retreating, her team, spearheaded by coach Joan Bosch ***, methodically reconstructed her game, prioritizing an intensive physical transformation to meet the elite athletic demands of modern women's tennis. Fans watched her physical frame become noticeably stronger and more explosive as she built incredible lower body strength to optimize her movement and recovery from the corners, while reinforcing her core to generate immense rotational velocity on her ground strokes, establishing the physical foundation for the tactical leaps that propelled her into the world's top 35. On a technical level, Alexandra possesses a built-in tactical advantage by being left-handed, allowing her shot trajectories to create awkward, uncomfortable angles that right-handed opponents struggle to counter consistently. Her definitive weapon is her devastating forehand, heavily molded by the Spanish clay court philosophy, utilizing heavy topspin to create a high-kicking ball that explodes off the surface to pin opponents deep behind the baseline, giving her the perfect opportunity to step inside the court and flatten out aggressive winners down the line. Yet, maintaining a top 35 ranking requires a complete game, and her two-handed backhand has evolved from a targeted weakness into a highly dependable shield, allowing her to redirect raw pace with immense confidence and take the ball early to catch opponents off guard. The critical frontier for her continued growth into a top 20 or top 10 mainstay remains her serve ***, which is often the dividing line between an exceptional player and a true Grand Slam champion who can secure free points and hold service games under immense pressure. Prominent tennis analysts, including former Grand Slam finalists like Greg Rusedski, have noted that while her baseline mechanics and tactical intelligence are already world-class, refining her serve is the essential step needed to consistently dismantle top-tier giants like Iga Swiatek, Aryna Sabalenka, and Coco Gauff. In exhausting three-set marathons, a lethal serve conserves vital energy, shortens service games, and exerts immense psychological pressure on opponents, which is why her team at the Rafa Nadal Academy is working tirelessly to perfect her ball toss, kinetic chain, leg drive, and overall mechanics to maximize power without sacrificing control. While the serve remains a work in progress, her movement is already undeniably elite, combining exceptional court coverage, brilliant anticipation, and explosive lateral quickness to track down balls that would be winners against most other players, forcing frustrated opponents into committing unforced errors. Her defensive instincts are masterfully highlighted by her trademark forehand squash shot, a desperate, stretched slice that miraculously keeps points alive in critical moments, repeatedly saving her during pivotal breakpoints. Beyond the court, Alexandra Eala has morphed into a massive commercial powerhouse, with reports estimating her wealth at 35 million pesos, showcasing her exceptional value to international corporations seeking a young, charismatic, and highly talented athlete representing one of the most digitally engaged, passionate sports markets in the world. Every time she steps onto the court, millions of Filipinos mobilize across social media platforms, creating a profound emotional connection that brands are eager to tap into through high-profile sponsorships, apparel contracts, and global endorsement deals that far exceed standard tournament prize money. This newfound financial security is vital for her competitive longevity, allowing her to fund the massive yearly expenses of a premier traveling team, including top-tier coaches, hitting partners, physiotherapists, and fitness trainers, ensuring she has access to cutting-edge sports science without the crippling financial anxiety that plagues lower-ranked athletes. Ultimately, the most awe-inspiring element of her journey is the immense psychological responsibility she carries, walking onto the court not just as an individual competitor, but as the living embodiment of a nation's athletic dreams. In the Philippines, sporting heroes are elevated to unifying cultural icons, a phenomenon not seen since the legendary boxing era of Manny Pacquiao. And now, whether she is playing at Wimbledon, Roland Garros, or Miami, the stadiums echo with the passionate cheers of the Filipino diaspora waving national flags. While this unconditional love fuels her during exhausting matches, it carries a heavy burden where every loss is intensely scrutinized on a lonely tour that offers no timeouts or substitutions when a match begins to slip away. Handling the expectations of over 110 million citizens requires staggering mental toughness, a responsibility the young star has embraced with grace far beyond her years as she actively remodels the sporting culture across cities like Manila, Cebu, and Davao, where tennis participation is skyrocketing, public courts are packed. And a new generation of young girls are inspired to dream without limitations because Alexandra Eala permanently shattered the psychological illusion that global tennis glory was beyond the reach of Filipino athletes. While reaching world number 35 is historical, it is merely a stepping stone for her team, whose immediate objective is cracking the top 24 to secure Grand Slam tournament seedings, a crucial milestone that will protect her from elite opponents in early rounds and pave a smoother path toward major championship Sundays, proving that the gap between her current status and the absolute top 10 is no longer about raw talent, but about executing under the brightest lights, seizing critical break points, and mastering the relentless physical demands of the global tennis calendar.